Ray's
Hello.
adjusting. He's in a different spot.
I'm in a different spot. I'm at a different computer. I'm in a
Mm-hmm.
different everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all new. I don't have to worry
Work in
about.
work in progress.
Oh, yeah. If I had a autobiography right now, that would be the title of it.
Mm.
Work in progress.
Mm. Well,
What's yours? What are you going with
I don't
for
know.
your autobiography?
It would probably just be called "What" with a question mark.
What? Why are you getting me to
Exactly.
write an autobiography? What?
What?
Why? That's a.
What? Just be what? Because no one really understands what's going on.
How you been? What's been going on?
It's
I was
my
only
last day of
thinking
work
today.
today.
Yeah, I did see that. I was only thinking
Mm.
today that we haven't been chatting much lately, just due to life, I'm sure.
Yeah, just life is just a little bit chaotic. I've just been waiting to really finish work and everything like that. So, yeah, my life has just been a little bit chaotic, I guess, in a
Mm.
sense of just so. Yeah, just all of that kind of stuff. Today was a bit weird. It was a little bit bittersweet. It was a bit sad.
Mm.
It's just leaving everyone you know and the life
Yeah.
you're kind of used to and everything like that. I had my farewell on, well, for you guys hearing this, it is tonight, I guess you could say, but so Friday night. So I guess it would be a little bit more like then, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, it was just a bit of a weird day, and I was like, I spent the week training the new person that's like taking over from me, so it was
Mm.
already a bit weird because you're like, I got to train
Yeah.
this person. It was kind of like today was their day to just do what they did, and I was just kind of around if needed. So I was just kind of like floating around today, just being like, this is the last time I'll do this. This is the last time I'll do this, and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, just a bittersweet feeling.
Did you take one final dump in the work toilet?
No, I didn't actually. Actually, I didn't use the toilet all day today. Now that I think
That's
about
not
it.
good for you.
No. So no, I didn't. I actually didn't do anything to like fuck with them. I should have.
You definitely should have.
Yeah, I didn't.
Um. So I did another I'm getting old thing on the weekend.
Mm.
I went and got a haircut, as you can see. I don't have my
Mm-hmm.
slick back look. And as I left, I was like, jeepers, haircuts are getting expensive. It is not like they used to be. I don't know when it turned from haircuts being like $25 to $45. I feel like I
And
just,
45 is a relatively cheap price too at a
yeah,
good
I was
barber.
like, I almost shit my pants when I was fucking got that. But
I get a haircut in the morning, and mine's always 45 because I get a skin fade and everything like that. So,
yeah,
and that's relatively cheap. But yeah, getting a haircut is expensive.
yeah. I was
Uh,
like, felt so old though afterwards. I was like, it's not like they used to be.
no. Remember when your mum would just take you down to the whatever hairdresser she would, and they'll charge you like, I don't know, $20 or whatever, and it would
Mm.
just be like the same thing every time.
Yep,
Shorten the
short back
sides,
and
shorten the
size.
back. Yep,
Yep.
number 2, thanks. That's easy. Like that's what I always got. And then all of a sudden I was just like, let's be different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love going to I'm assuming you go to a barber, yeah?
Yeah, of course I
Or
go to a
yeah, yeah.
barber.
Well, some people don't. Some people would rather just go to the hairdressers and go to a lady.
I feel like a barber just gets it, you know what I mean?
And you just chat shit for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, however long you're in there for. Well, I do with my barber. My barber's a good
Well,
time.
I had a chatty barber on Saturday and I wasn't a fan.
I
I'm not a
love a
chatty
chatty.
barber
Oh,
fan.
no, I am. I am all about it. It's the time I can just talk so much crap, and he'll just talk crap with me. He's a little bit younger than me. My barber, he's a good time. I feel like I talked about him last week on this
Yeah, you
show.
did, because he was away last
Yeah, because
week.
that's right. He was away last week, so I was meant to get a haircut last week. Well, I get one every 3 to 4 weeks, but I had to do it this week. I'm doing it tomorrow or yesterday for you guys. But yeah, he was away, so I'm sure he'll chat some shit about what he was doing when he was away. But yeah, he's a good dude, so I like my barber,
Mm.
and I don't like going to anyone else but him. Like I won't go to anyone but him.
I go to the same place, but I'm not set on a barber.
No, I'm very particular about my hair. I like my hair done a certain way. I don't know. No one else has really been able to do it like him, and I like the way he does it. And he touches on my beard a little bit and stuff like that. So, it's just I'm very particular
I
about
went
it.
to school with a guy who's become quite a successful barber, owns his own
Oh.
shop, and is relatively popular on TikTok, doing haircut shenanigan sort of stuff. I cannot get in to see him. You need to book like 3 months in advance.
Mm. Yeah, one of those places,
Yeah,
and they'd probably charge a lot of money. But
yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes there is a little part about me that's like, I'm not really one. I'm not really a big spender of money on like just random shit. Like I like to kind of keep my money as much as I can, and I'm always broke, whatever. But like just on what I need to. But like my hair is something that I'm like I'll spend money on. This is my time to spend money on myself. It's like I know it is expensive to go to some of those places, but like I would.
Yeah, I'm incredibly vain, but sometimes I just am like, nah, I'm not going to. Especially at the
It's
moment,
just
I'm
one
in
of
the
those things.
trenches with that sort of thing.
Yeah,
At the moment, I'm in
Mm,
the trenches with that sort of thing, so I'm just like, no, we'll wait.
that's fair.
So,
Yeah, I get a haircut every like 3 to 4 weeks, so I can't talk.
I've got kids though, so
Yeah, I do not.
and child support, and childcare fees and all the expensive
Actually,
stuff.
you say but actually, I don't. I don't know what's that is like.
Yeah,
For sure, it's expensive.
it is. The jerks. What else has been happening? How's your
Yeah,
computer going?
knock on wood, it hasn't crashed today. So that's nice. I turned it on nice and early today when I got home from work because I was like, well, I got to account for the amount of times it's going to crash. It hasn't at all today, which is nice. But sometimes it randomly doesn't, and then other times it'll do it like twice, and then other times it will just do it. I don't really know. I don't really know what my plan is either because I fucking miss streaming like crazy. I haven't streamed anything on Twitch in 2 weeks, and it's killing me.
Oh my gosh.
So I really
Literal
need to get
shakes.
something sorted. Yeah, a little bit. There is a dude around here that like has his own little business that comes out to your house and like fixes your computer. Like he'll go through and like see what the problem is and kind of rectify it. But I don't really want I don't really want someone to come into my home.
Yeah, that's
Do
a
you know
bit
what I
much,
mean?
isn't
Like
it?
so, and they like it's quite expensive. Like they charge per hour or something like that. But I don't know. But then I think about it and it's like I'd rather pay a smaller amount of money than have to buy a new computer. But then I also don't want to pay some dude to come to my house and tell me that my computer's just fucked.
Yeah, it's true.
And then just have to get a new computer anyway. But
Yeah.
we'll see. He might be able to fix it. It might be something that's fixable and it's just like easy. I just don't know how to do. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know. But yeah, it's not. I probably could if I really wanted to. I just don't want to be midstream and it just blacks out on me because I don't know. That's not great. It's not great. I'll do what I have to, but I kind of know a little bit of a workaround for now. But I shouldn't have to work around with something that I spent $3,000 on.
No, I mean,
Well,
yeah.
$3,000 like 4 years ago, but still.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I feel like this room in here is a lot less echoey than the room I'm usually in. Is it? I don't know. Maybe that's just where I'm sitting.
I don't know either.
It's
I don't really notice that much
fuller.
of it, but it's sometimes maybe because you've got walls closer to you. I feel so it's probably bouncing. Your voice is probably bouncing off the walls. I'd love to have like a little like studio place where you have like all soundproof stuff and it just sounds so much like crisper. Crisper, is that a word? I don't know.
Yes, it is.
But like, it would be a good time. I'd be very into it.
Here's a question for you. So, I'm going to ask it the way that I heard it, and then I'm going to tweak it. So, someone comes to Australia for the first time and asks you to describe the Australian sound, music-wise. We haven't spoken music for a little while.
Right.
Name 3 songs that you would get them to listen to that would describe your Australian sound?
I don't really know because the Australian music that I listen to is so obscure. But
Do you want me to give
if
you
I'm
my
thinking,
three first?
no, because I can kind of think of a few. So I'm just going to go with whatever's on the top of my head here, and that's just going to be my answers. Are by Missy Higgins because it sounds
Great shout.
Australian. It sounds like that is the
Great
most
shout.
Australian way to sing a song ever. Scar by Missy Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
Probably something. I don't know exactly what song, but maybe something by like Hunters and Collectors because it's like classic Australian rock.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. The third one could just be really something by Delta or something. I don't know. Something by
See,
Delta Goodrum.
I would go Tomorrow by Silverchair. Love that song.
Yeah. You're right.
I go Doo Doos and Wall Walls by Kiss Chasey.
Okay.
And I think you've changed my mind, but Missy Higgins' Scar is a great shout.
It's like it just sounds Australian.
Before
you know,
that,
people
I was
are like,
going.
"Oh, gone."
Before that, I was going to go with like Christine Anu, My Island Home.
Yeah, right. Missy Higgins, especially Scar, but like a lot of her music, but like, you know, people are like, "Oh my god, why do Australians sing in an American accent?" I'm like, because it sounds a very interesting way when we sing in an Australian accent. But Missy Higgins really broke that rule and just sung in the Australian accent. What a song, by the way.
Yeah, Missy
just
gets
when you hear
it.
that piano riff and you're like, shit.
Dum, 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 dum,
He left the car in a bar of soap and a scrubbing brush next to it. It's a good song. I think I won that.
Down to your bones.
I don't give a fuck that wasn't a competition. I won that.
I'm going to say I don't have the most deep voice, but you got me closer to Missy's than what I do. Also, I can't sing.
I can hold a note, but I wouldn't say that I'd be able to sing. I'm more of when you sing in the shower and you're like, fucking hell, I sound great because the acoustics in it. There's nothing better than singing in the bathroom because the acoustics are just like boom, 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 boom. But like I can sing to I could sing to save myself if someone said sing a song and hold a note. I could probably do it, but I'm not great. But Missy Higgins, wow, what a good time.
All right, here's the tweak to the question. What 3 songs are you choosing to describe yourself? If someone told you to describe yourself in 3 songs,
is that like just like with? I guess I'll just interpret the question the way I think it is. You have to give me a minute here because that's a loaded question.
Okay, I'll give you my 3.
Okay.
So my first one's "I'm Just a Kid" by Simple Plan.
Great song.
My second one would be, oh gosh, it's tough, isn't it? It's really tough. I'm gonna go with Luke Combs. Why can't I think of the song title?
I'm not going to be able to help you, so.
No, let me just. And It Rains, It Pours.
Okay.
And the third one, I'm gonna go with. It's gonna be a deep cut, but from the musical Hamilton, there's a song called "Wait for It."
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with those 3. So "Wait from It" from Hamilton. "When It Rains, It Pours" by Luke Combs, and "I'm Just a Kid" by Simple Plan.
Okay. So how I interpreted the question was that it doesn't necessarily mean that the lyrics of the song necessarily relate to me, but if I wanted you to feel how I feel or just understand me as a person, I would give you these 3 songs. That's how I interpreted the question. So it doesn't necessarily the lyrics are necessarily lining up with my life, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So no surprise to anyone, the first song is Paramore, but it's Last Hope by Paramore. It would be, let's see, there's like a toss up for the second one. Okay, so Last Hope by Paramore, I Want It All from High School Musical 3.
I want it all.
What a fucking tune that is, by the way. And
Don't do that with the camera.
it's fine. I don't mind. Um, okay. No, I see. I can't think of a third one. I hate everything's in threes because I can't think of the third one. And hella good, by no doubt.
Okay. I'm feeling hella good. Yeah, right, eh?
I just keep on dancing.
Oh, are you
Boom.
pumped for the Office spin-off?
No,
Oh.
don't touch something that doesn't need to be touched. It is not going to be good. It is a spit. It has none of the original characters in it. Thank God, by the way. I don't need to know what they're up to nearly 20 years after the show first aired. I don't need to know.
No.
It is too much. That series is so just magical and wonderful and such a moment in culture. You don't need to touch it. That's the problem with everything these days, is that everything is just milked so dry.
Yeah.
Maybe do like, if you want to like have some kind of like nostalgic thing where you do like a reunion, like something you know when they did that like
the Friends
reunion
one?
with the Friends, where they all kind of talk around and it's like, cool, let's catch up with their lives and see what they're doing and how these actors and actresses doing. But
it was also cool on that one to see how they interacted as a group.
Yeah. That's more fascinating to me than watching a spin-off that will just be like a weird version where they're living in this world, like this universe that The Office has created. And no matter what you do, there's always going to be compared to that original series, and it's never going to live up to that. So, like, why doesn't because Greg Daniels is who created The Office. He's doing the spin-off, but like, just create something else and have it be in like that Office vein where it's like, I kind of get this humor of this and it will be fine, but you're constantly comparing it to it's like that night, you know, they do that 90s show now on Netflix.
Terrible.
It's like, there's elements of it that I understand will be like, if this was something else that wasn't at all related to that 70s show, I can understand why someone would like it, but you're constantly going to compare it to that 70s show, so therefore it's always going to be less than.
That was such an iconic show as well.
Yeah, it's a great show. But as an Office fanatic, as someone who loves The Office as much as I do, it really, really bothers me that I don't even necessarily know that I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, no. Speaking of old shows that one of us loves, I turned out One Tree Hill is not a great bedtime show for me, because I just get so invested and I just want to keep watching it. Whereas the other bedtime shows that I've got, I like them because I can put them on and I don't need to watch them. I can just have them as background. But whenever I put One Tree Hill on, it just catches me, and then I've got to watch it, and I know what's going to happen, but I'm like, oh, this is a great bit. I've got to watch this bit. You really have to watch it. Stan.
Nah.
It is like...
I've started watching The Office again, so I'm not watching anything else.
So, I've recommended some things to you over our friendship. I've had a pretty good success rate. To be fair, Glee is no one's success rate, but this is dead set right up your alley.
You said the same thing last week. It ain't going to change my mind. I ain't watching it. I ain't watching One Tree Hill.
You need to. It's such an iconic show.
I'm really not going to watch One Tree Hill. It is just one thing I probably won't budge on. Now that you're trying to convince me even more, it's doing the opposite, and I'll be like, I'm not watching this.
I started watching the other night before bed, and I was like, it got up to Peyton's fake half brother bit, and I was like, oh, if I watch the next episode, I'm going to watch 5 episodes, so I can't do that.
Yeah, nah, not for me.
I even noticed tonight on my way home that it's affected, without even really thinking, it's affected the way that I interact with people, that show.
Oh, yeah. I understand that. I do that with shows.
There's one part in it where one of the characters gets attacked by like a robber, and the one memory she has of it is the person turning around and being like, have a nice night. And so tonight I went to the chemist on the way home, and it was like 5:30, but I refused to say have a nice night, so I told her to have a nice day, because I wanted to be polite to her, but I refuse to ever say "have a nice night" to someone because all
Oh,
I think
God.
about is that character getting attacked. But it's such a good show.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh well, maybe next time you come down, I'll just like put it on in the background again, and Chad Michael Murray just like gazing off into the distance might get you.
I don't know if it will. It might, but I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will. I've been well, not that I know usually because I'm usually up for football, but like I've been back and forth from Adelaide the last few weeks, just for reasons that I won't get into on the podcast. But I have been trying. Usually, I'm a music listener in the car. Like I'm just like, let's just put on some tunes, especially because I'm usually on my own when I'm traveling to Adelaide and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'll just listen to some tunes. But I've been trying to like, because I do the trip so often, even though it's a relatively short trip, it's nothing too crazy. Like it's not like I'm spending all day in the car, but like I've been trying to listen to podcasts just to be like, okay, this is an hour and a half podcast. This will go for my entire trip. You know what I mean? Just to be like, zip in. So then it just feels a little bit different. So I've been listening to all different kinds of stuff. That's not the point of this. But I've noticed something that when I, versus listening to music and listening to podcasts in the car, sometimes when I'm listening to a podcast and I'm driving, I zone fucking out, which is a dangerous zone to be in when you are driving a car. Because sometimes, you know, when you're doing that thing where you're subconsciously doing something and then you like, oh my God, how did I get here?
Yes.
And I'm a bit scared that I'm just going to zone out and just fucking crash my car.
Yeah, I did it the other day. I was so involved into what I was listening to, or I literally don't remember 15 minutes of my drive. I'm like, how did I don't even drive in this lane usually.
Yeah,
I'm like, did
that's
I
what
cut
I'm
everyone
like.
off?
And like, as you know, I've done that trip so many times in my life. Like I nearly could honestly do that trip with my eyes closed. Like it's the same thing every time, but I'm like, I don't remember passing this town.
Yeah.
I'm like, have I passed that already?
That's
Like
like
I'm
a
like,
full-on thing. Like I think it's called like driving amnesia or something. Yeah, it's like an actual thing. It happens to lots of people. But yes, I find if I'm listening to a podcast, that like, especially depending on what it is, if you're like fully wrapped up into what they're saying, then you find yourself losing, getting distracted more. Well, not even getting distracted, but zoning out and just really being in on that conversation.
yeah, it's like, I don't know. There's just something. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing it because it just feels a little dangerous.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's
I'm just trying
it
to
is
change it
scary
up a little
sometimes.
bit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a massive podcast listener more than music. So I've got my set ones that I listen to. What?
What? Oh God, are you like on a massive delay or something? I
No,
think your delay is
you were
happening.
like, and I was like, what?
I don't think I said anything.
Maybe I'm just hearing things. I might be on a delay.
I think you
Who
are a
knows?
little bit.
Oh.
I usually don't automatically assume that it's you, but it probably is you over me.
Yeah, this one's definitely me, I think. I don't think that the app said a couple of times reconnecting.
Yeah, that's not on my end, so.
No, because I'm trying it on the app downloaded on my laptop this time instead of the web browser. Of the studio we're using. I just installed it just before we started recording. Maybe it's having a few teething issues.
Maybe.
But that's okay. We'll clean it up in post and this whole conversation will be redundant to everyone that's listening.
You think I'm going to clean this up in post, right? I'm absolutely not. My computer, I don't even know if it's going to explode or not while we're recording this. You think I'm going to try and edit and and try and clean things up in post?
By
No.
cleaning
You're
it up,
getting all of this.
By cleaning it up, I mean that I'm going to line the tracks up so that there's no delay.
My God, the delay is so... Guys, even if this is cleaned up, you have to realize the delay is so bad right now that I'm speaking and Ray is reacting about 10 seconds after I talk.
Yeah, it is pretty bad at the moment, actually. I could just notice it now.
It's real freaking bad.
Yeah, it's the week where my internet's bad because everyone's on it, and then I'm trying it on a new computer in a new spot, so it's like just all gone bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
Oh, it's bad.
You know what I can do next week? I just noticed. I'll put One Tree Hill on in the background of my
No, we'll get pinged on
TV.
YouTube, you dickhead. We'll get this video taken down on YouTube if we do that.
I'll just turn it off when we start recording, but in a little bit is where we chat beforehand. Just flick it on back there.
Well, the
Yeah.
delay will be so bad anyway, Ray, that I'll see it about 10 years later anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's right. They might have their 30-year anniversary by the time you see the delay. I don't even know why it's so bad. My internet around here sucks so bad.
Yeah, your internet is not great.
No. Oh well.
Whatever.
I mean,
Whatever.
worse
Have you
places
got
to
a
be.
question lined up for this week?
No.
Probably should do that. We didn't do one last week, so probably should.
Yeah, I'm going to go to... I don't have them there. Hang on 1 second. This might make it worse for a little.
It's absolutely going to make it so much worse.
I've got to go on this other bit. Here we go, pages.
Oh, God.
Okay, here we go. Number 14. Jake Saligo's number. Because he's been so good lately. Where would it go? 14. What fictional world or place would you like to visit?
Scranton.
Scranton,
But like the office... Yeah, Scranton, Pennsylvania, but in the Office's world. I know Scranton's a real place, but like actual, like the Office Scranton. Or,
Okay.
I mean, it might be Pawnee from Parks and Rec. It might actually be Pawnee, Indiana, because that's not a real place. I think it's Pawnee.
Part of me wants to go Tree Hill, North Carolina. But that's... I don't want to push you any more into that show. So if it's not Tree Hill...
Also,
fictional town.
Also,
do you know what fictional town?
Honorable mention to Springfield.
Yeah, Springfield's a good shout. Even Quahog, Rhode Island. Oh, where would it be? It probably is Tree Hill because all the other ones I'm thinking of from my favorite shows are actual places like Brooklyn or Pasadena, California.
Yeah, mine would definitely be. It's Pawnee. Parks and Rec, great. One of my favorite shows ever. Pawnee, Indiana is a great time. Like, look at all the people that are in Pawnee. If you like Parks and Rec people, you know what I'm talking about. But like, and Leslie Knope is on your city council. You can't hate that.
You know which fictional town or place I would not visit? Summer Bay.
Is that from Home and Away? I've never really been one to watch Home and Away. I'm just going to show everyone Leslie Knope. This is Leslie Knope. Have her down here.
How could you visit a place that is a small town where people have to drive to the city for groceries and stuff like that? But every second week's got fires, tornadoes, earthquakes, kidnappings, murders, bust-ups.
There is a lot of very attractive men without their shirts on.
Yeah,
in Summer Bay, from my understanding.
That could be true, but there's so much shenanigans that happen at Summer Bay that it just would not be a good town to go to.
Pros and cons here, Ray. Pros and cons here, Ray.
But yes, I think it would be Tree Hill. I'd have to go to the River Court, or to Trick, or to Karen's. So, yeah, it's Tree Hill.
I don't know what... Okay.
Yep. I want a Ravens jersey, and I'm going to go to Tree Hill.
I don't know what that means.
Tree Hill, the school, Tree Hill High, where they all go to. There's a basketball team, which is pretty much the main character of the show, is the Ravens, Tree Hill Ravens.
I think you need to find a new podcast where they talk about One Tree Hill, because I don't know.
Do you know what there is? There is a podcast where the three main girls from One Tree Hill rewatch each episode and then talk about it
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, I listen to Office Ladies. Office
Yeah.
Ladies is, people probably know what it is, but it's Angela and Pam or Jenna from The Office, and they just go back and rewatch Office episodes, and then they interview people that were on The Office or directed an episode or whatever. Blah 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 blah. It's a good time. It's one of those podcasts I listen to in the car when I feel like I don't really know what's going on in terms of where I'm driving. I'm like, what's going on? That's one of the ones. Yeah. That's a good time. I like those rewatch podcasts. There is one on Parks and Rec too, I think. I don't know.
Have you heard the one?
Yeah.
There's a guy that does one. Two guys that do one where they rewatch the same movie every week for a year.
That sounds fucking
and
awful.
they do a podcast. No, it's really funny because they did it on like Grown Ups too. But then they get so bored of talking about the same thing, they'll make up like subplots for the extras in the background.
Oh God!
And then they'll be like, "Oh, did you notice this week what such and such did in the background?" And then it's very funny.
I barely watch one movie a year, let alone the same movie every week.
I watched a movie.
I've been watching
a
few.
Me and your besties.
Actually, I've been. Right on. Yeah, I've been watching a few movies lately.
Me and your bestie watched Barbie on the weekend.
I watched Barbie on the weekend as well.
Very funny movie. I found it funny.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, that's what your bestie reckons. She was like, "It's okay. It was a bit pointless." I'm like, "Yeah, but it was fun."
I found it a little bit like, I hate saying this because it shouldn't be, and I'm a man, like this makes any sense, and I shouldn't have a comment on it. I found it a little misogynistic.
Yeah, that was the whole point of it.
No, but I mean, like, not in the crude, in the way of, like, I found that, I won't spoil Barbie because it's still relatively new, so no spoilers, but, like, even in the end, I still found it misogynistic. Like, when they had got to the end and it was the resolution, again, I'm being vague, but, like, I found it a little, I don't know. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was, maybe I was expecting it to be a little better.
It was a little beach. I quite enjoyed it, but anyway, maybe I'm misogynistic.
You're stupid, man. So, hey, actually, on a bit of a just cruddier note, I know there's a lot going on in this country with like a lot of opinions, especially from men, about a lot of different topics, whether it be violence against women or homophobia in this country. I don't know if anyone kept up to my social media, but I've had a rough time in the last week. I've been getting called a lot of things. I've been getting attacked. I've been getting literal death threats in my DMs. It's not been a very nice time for me on the internet. And I do have a little bit to say about this stuff because I guess this is my platform to do so. And you can only say so much in, little TikToks on the internet or just words on a screen. But like, I don't want to hear anyone that has never been in my position tell me that this country is accepting of sexuality, because I have been, for I guess lack of a better term, bullied on the internet for the last 7 days simply for posting something so little as my opinion on the toxic male-dominated world of sport in this country. I don't think there's a place in the Western world that has more toxic sports culture than this country. And all I posted was that homophobic slurs shouldn't be said on a sporting field in any context, and that men shouldn't, or anyone shouldn't tell me what should or shouldn't offend me, or why I shouldn't do the things that I do or wait so long to be my true self, because of a lot of people's comments were random words on the internet affecting you means I'm a weak person. Here's a little fact for everybody that I don't really share, that I don't really publicly say a lot. Multiple times in my late teenage years and my early 20s, I considered taking my own life because I was running away from the person that I was scared of. Because random people telling me what they think about someone they do not know, being me. So the next time you think that random slurs on a football field or in any context shouldn't offend me or make me weak. Truly, I mean this with all of my heart. Go fuck yourself. And I
Well,
don't mean that as a joke. I don't mean that as anything. I have been called some horrific things, and I'm not saying it's the worst for me or anything like that. There's people that go through a lot more than I do, but to be shown something just matter of a fact of just saying, hey, what Will Powell said from the Gold Coast Suns said in the Q Clash wasn't okay, and just saying, like, this is why there is no openly out gay man in the AFL, because I truly believe, well, you're living under a rock if you think there's no gay men in the AFL or in a lot of Australian sports or sports in general. But it's too scary to come out because of exactly what everyone says makes you weak is random words on the internet. Really, I mean this. You need to seek some help, and you need to stop spreading so much fucking hate on the internet, because it has been really tough for me this week. I've read a lot of really vile things shouted and screamed into the void at me. And when people are telling me that I should take my own life in my DMs, I don't give a fuck how thick your skin is, because I have pretty thick skin. That is not a nice feeling. Simply because I choose, or people think that I have chosen this life, which is another thing that I won't get into, but I just for simply living my fucking life that has nothing to do with any of these people. It doesn't affect them in any way, but they have to just
yeah,
spew their hatred and their awfulness on the internet. Sorry to take such a deep dive, but and a bit of a detour here, but it's really been hard this week, to the point where you know how much I love social media and you know how much I thrive in that world, where I just thought about, like, what is the fucking point of all this? Because I don't need to be a presence on the internet at all.
yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with you at all. I think people online are just it's faceless and it's stupid, and I hate everything about it. And you and me are very opposite on the social media landscape. I also find it very hard as me to make comment on it because, as you said, I don't know. I can be supportive of you, and I don't think any different of you, and we've become great friends. And none of that is to do with your sexuality or anything like that. I wouldn't make any of those slurs. I wouldn't do anything like that. But yes, there's still people that do, and it's disgusting that it's still at that point. But again, I can't really not even comment on it because I don't know. So
No.
like I can't make a comment because I'm just I've got it easy really, and I can be sympathetic and I can be empathetic, but really I can't be that empathetic because I don't know what it feels like to be like that.
No, but I think you can also know that no matter what sexuality you are, you know what terms not to use, and you understand when someone is just throwing those terms at you to hurt. And I hate being the person that lets it get under my skin, because I'm really not like that at all. You know me pretty well, Ray. I got a pretty thick skin with this stuff. I make a lot of jokes about that kind of stuff because it's just a coping mechanism. It's a way to get through your day and whatever. But if you're shouting the F slur at me on the internet for simply just living, I don't know, man. You really, I know it's a lot more on them than it is on me, but I'm a human being, and that shit really
Mm.
eats at you when so many people are saying it. You know, all the people that are in my corner this week, I've had a lot of unasked help from a lot of people on the internet being like, hey, buddy, shut the fuck up. You don't need to be saying this
Yeah.
stuff. And it's not that I don't appreciate those things and see those things, but when you're in that cloud of so many people slur, like just like throwing so many slurs and awful things at you, it's really hard to acknowledge the other side of things when people are coming to bat for you. But I did see it, and I do appreciate it all. And all the people that were kind of in my messages to be like, hey, oh my God, like this is not good. And again, it's hard to know what
Mm.
it's like to be in these shoes unless you have experienced something like it. And again, no, I'm not saying I've had it. I haven't. There's been so many people that have had it so much worse than me. And I know it comes with the territory as I gain as I gained a little bit of a following over the last few years, and there's a little bit more eyes on me with the things that I do. But the weirdest thing about it all was that the amount of times I've put something on Twitter that is really similar to the thing that I said on Friday or whenever it was, Saturday or whenever it was, it just happened to be that this one gained a little bit of traction. And then it was just, I just read the comments on that apology thing that he put up, and it was just like, if you need to really understand where the world is at, no matter how much it spews, everything's inclusive and everything's all together and all is one, just read the comments on a video like that, and you can see why gay marriage was only legalized in 2017 in this country. So
But
that is not a long time ago.
I also think that, like, I don't know, again, I'm not on social media that much, and really, if anything, I've cut mine down recently. But the type of people that are commenting on that video, and there might have been, I don't know, what was there, like a couple of thousand comments or whatever?
Probably, yeah.
Like, that's the percentage of the population that are the scumbags that I don't want to associate myself with. I don't associate the same views. But someone with my views isn't going to leave a comment like that. Do you know what I mean? So they're the loudest. Yeah, so it makes more of an impact because the people that are accepting and the ones that are empathetic and are sympathetic to the cause aren't out there yelling and screaming like the percentage of the population that are the problem.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. It is a minority that is doing it, but doesn't make it any easier. And it doesn't make it when people are vocal and no, I know you're not. It's not easy when you open up your notifications on an app and then you just see horrible things being slung towards you. It is just not a really good feeling, especially because I'm coming up, next month will be 4 years since I came out. So I'm coming up, there's been a lot of like just acceptance within my own brain that I had to get past for a long time. And when that kind of stuff it just sets you back so long. And when people are like, oh my God, you waited till 24 to do this. And it's like, you are so weak by letting people dictate you on the internet, like randoms just saying random words. I'm like, it's not random words that they're saying. They know the words that they're saying. And like, that shit is fucking scary. Idiots. Like, it's so scary. Your life gets turned upside down. It is not an easy thing to go through. And I don't know, it's different for everybody, but for me, it was terrifying. If anything, I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else, but I'm way braver than a lot of fucking people in this world that I did what I did. So to all those people that do want to throw those awful slurs at me, you would never dream of having the bravery and the courage that I do in my life just to live every single day. Because while those people get to walk around and hold hands with their girlfriend in public and give them a nice old smooch, I have to double take and I have to go kind of around and everything like that. I don't know what the fuck just happened then. Why did a thumbs up?
I had my hand resting in a thumbs up on my microphone and then a big thumbs up just
I was like, oh my God.
I didn't know if like Russia or China was listening to us and then they were like agreeing. Yeah, it's just happened again. I don't know what just
the hell. What a way to fucking break the fucking ice with that one. Jesus. Oh my God.
To diminish what we were just talking about. That was not meant to be a thumbs up. I just was resting my hand.
What the hell? That was so wild. Anyway, I guess the moment's broken. That's been my week. So it's been wonderful. But on the flip side of that, I don't know if I should talk about this or not.
Talk about it. Let's just talk about it.
I don't know if I should or not. No, fuck it, I will. I put something out on my my alt account on Twitter, my like spew into the void account where it's just whatever. I just kind of talk my thoughts. I guess I could say the reason I've been back and forth from Adelaide so much and watching more movies is because I have started seeing someone, everyone.
Shit, yeah. We love that.
Yeah.
All
We'll
of us
give
in
no
this room do
names.
anyway.
Yeah, well, I won't say any more because I don't want to jinx things or anything like that. And I don't really know. We're in that weird zone where it's like, what is going on here?
It's the first one to flinch. The first one to
It's
flinch
kind
and be like, yeah.
of, I don't really know, but it's just nice. We're in that zone, early stages of stuff, and you're just like, this is lovely, and it
Do you
just
know what?
feels nice.
Do you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing double date.
Not yet, no.
Oh,
Not ready
wow.
for that shit yet. Not ready for that shit at all yet. I don't really, yeah, I don't know. We've just been, yeah, it's just like, I don't even really know how it all began, but,
It's just been like, yeah.
it's just been, I'm not going to say too much because, again, I could jinx this. He's pretty, actually, in a weird sense of like you, he's pretty unattached from the social media world. So, like, he just has Facebook. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like he doesn't have
shit.
Insta, he doesn't have Snapchat, like he doesn't like, which is the polar opposite of me. Cause like, yeah, like this is how polar opposite we are. Like we were chatting for a little while on a place. I'll just say a place. Then like he gave me his number, not his Insta or his whatever. Like, and then we just chat, and then all of a sudden this has been weeks now, but just chatting on the phone, and you're like, oh shit, we've been chatting on the phone for 6 hours. Whoopsies. That kind
Oh
of
my
shit.
gosh.
I know. It's all
It's so
happening. So
cute.
stop it. I don't like talking about it because it's
I
weird. Because
feel
in a
like a
week,
proud dad
you
right
never
now.
know. No, because you never know with this kind of shit, especially with gay relationships and gay culture and all that. In a week, I could be ghosted and blocked, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, we just chit chat all the time. He's just going to be. I don't know what he'll be referred to for the time being, but just I don't know, just
Let's
boy
call
or something.
him. No, we can't call him boy. I'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Ask him
So whatever.
Ask him for me his thoughts on One Tree Hill.
Okay, I will.
I'm
We'll
joking.
probably. No, I'm just gonna ask him randomly about One Tree Hill. He's actually. How old are you, Ray?
34.
Yeah, he's the same age as you. So. He's a few years older than me, so that's fun. But yeah, so I'll ask him about One Tree Hill tonight. He will not see this. I hope he doesn't, because I don't want him to see it. But yeah, he's so unattached from the internet world, which is kind of I don't know. It's
Refreshing?
very I guess so. But like, I had to explain to him. He's just like, wait, what do you do over here? And I'm just like, I guess I get brand deals and shit now. And like, he called me an influencer the other day. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm like, that's disgusting.
Gross.
And like, do you want to know? Okay, I'll say one more thing about it before I stop jinxing it. But I didn't make him, but like, we watched wrestling together the other day, and he knows nothing about that. So like, I was like comfortable enough to be like, hey, want to dab into this world with me?
Gosh.
So we watch wrestling. He didn't hate it.
Well, that's a positive. If there's anything I've learned,
get fucking used to it.
Yeah, if there's anything I've learned from your bestie, is that someone that's willing to get involved in that sort of world, not love it like we do, because not everyone's going to.
I don't want him to love it.
No,
I just want him to tolerate it.
Yeah, that's right. Like your bestie will sit down and watch Backlash with me or whatever, and she took a day off on the Monday to watch Mania with me, but she's not like fully invested like I am. So I'll start Raw without her and whatnot, but she'll come in and out, and there's parts that she cares about, and there's parts that she doesn't. Mainly the parts that she cares about are Becky Lynch, but then there's other parts that she doesn't. That's fine. I'm okay with that, but being able to watch it with someone is nice.
Yeah, just been a bit. It's just, I don't know. We're just in that weird early stage where I don't really know what's going on. But you're just waiting for someone to be like, "What is this going on here?" But again, I could have just jinxed
What are we
this whole
calling
shit.
this?
And also, I may just get cold feet and cut this whole part out of the podcast. So
I'm not going to do that.
We'll see. We'll see. But I don't know. Yeah. I can see your face at the moment, Ray, and I just want to like punch you in the head, like, shut up. I hate when people are like,
okay,
it's
I'm
like,
going to change the subject then.
Thank God. Please do.
I need the update before I sign off. I need the update. Screen time for the week.
Yeah, all right. Well, I've been on the phone a lot.
I'm going to get mine up as well because I forgot mine.
Okay, let's have a look.
I think mine was actually up 11% this weekend.
Yeah, mine's up. Ooh, mine's up.
Oh,
I was at 10 last week, wasn't it? No, 9,
yeah,
I think.
You were at
last week.
10.
I'm at 11 hours, 30 minutes.
I'm at the moment, at the moment, I've started off the week good. Hang on, let me get back to last week.
But you got to remember, like, a big portion of that
Last
is me
week.
just being on the phone.
3 hours 28 last week.
That's a big difference. That is a big difference, dear. Fucking dear. Anyway, whatever. Whatever.
Do you know what me and your bestie did on the weekend? We spent our Saturday. We went to the shops in the morning, bought a whole bunch of groceries, come home, and cooked all day, and just made ourselves lunches to put in the freezer, breakfast to put in the freezer, so that every day we don't have to buy lunch or anything. We can just grab it out. We made a Thai green curry.
You did meal
burrito
prep.
bowls. No, it wasn't like so much like that. It was just like bang a few things together into the freezer. Your bestie made a custard cake, which was amazing. We made some breakfast wraps to chuck in the freezer so we could just chuck them in the toast, like sandwich press, and away we go. Yes, I know, we're getting old.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's sign this off.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how to do it. A2O Podcast on all your social medias, Instagram and your Twitter. Go to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, listen to us, follow us, leave a review, give us a 5-star rating, tell your friends about us, get us out there. YouTube versions at Josh Robinson 0. Check his back catalogue of stuff that he hasn't been posting much on there recently. And that's about it. Sayonara, I think.
Yeah, etc., etc.
The delay tonight's so bad.
The delay is awful, but I'll just have you know that entire outro that you just did, I couldn't hear a single thing you did because you went robotic. So I'm just going to say that that was a great outro, and I will
It wasn't.
say goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.